So students, in our last class we have learnt about menstrual cycle, that is MC or periods what we call. Today we are going to learn next concept, that is fertilization and implantation. Fertilization and implantation, one by one. Both are two different words. Fertilization word is different, implantation is different. You already know because I have explained in the last class. So in the first process, where fertilization means it is fusion of or union of male and female gametes. Okay, that is male gamete is sperm produced by male, then female gamete is egg produced by female. Okay, so when sperm meets the egg, that process is called fertilization. Okay, so let us see what happens there. But before that, we should know that I am showing here female reproductive system, where during sex, during mating, okay, male releases semen, that is a fluid containing sperms. Okay, andre sex na koneyalli gandu andre male releases a semen, it's a fluid containing sperms, andre ಒಂದು ದ್ರವವನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ sperms ಇರುತ್ತೆ, millions of sperms will be there in the semen. Okay, so when male releases sperms into the vagina, okay, then sperms, see I'll show you in different color. Okay, millions of sperms will be there. It starts swimming in through vagina. First it enters through vagina, then it goes to a narrow part, that is cervix, then it goes to a part here that is called uterus. Okay, or garbhakosha, uterus. Then so many millions of sperms will be there. It goes towards the tube here. These two tubes you already know, it is called fallopian tube, isn't it? Fallopian tube. Then so many sperms will travel, it will swim, you already know. Each sperm contains 30 to 40 mitochondria. Mitochondria releases energy, that energy will be used by the sperm to swim. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮಲ್ಲೂ 30 ರಿಂದ 40 ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಆ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮು ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೆಜೈನಾ, then it goes to cervix, then it goes to uterus, then it goes to two tubes here. Okay, that is, this tube is called fallopian tube. Fallopian tube has three parts, you already know this. Fallopian tube has three parts, that is, the first part here, lower part is called infundibulum, you know this. Infundibulum, then there is a part called ampulla, then there is one more part called isthmus, isn't it? So next part is ampulla, and here this part of the fallopian tube is isthmus. These are the three parts of fallopian tube. Okay, fallopian tube started from here and it ends here. So three parts are there. Here also you can see, this is infundibulum, then the next part is ampulla, and this part what is there, that is, this is infundibulum, this is ampulla, and this is isthmus. Okay, where does fertilization occur in the female reproductive system? Where it occurs? Fertilization means fusion of sperm and egg, fusion of male and female gamete. ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮು ಎಗ್ಗನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ವೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು? ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫೆಲೋಪಿಯನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಫೆಲೋಪಿಯನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ sperm meets the egg. Okay, how exactly? Now we just learnt, after sex, during sex, male releases millions of sperms through semen, then it starts swimming and it goes to fallopian tube and it waits here. Okay, so sperm reaches here. let us say that this is a sperm now. Then at the same time, ಅದೇ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ovary, there are two ovaries. Ovary releases egg. Consider, I don't have different color here, chalks. Okay, so I'll show in white only. Suppose this is an egg released, okay, that is release of egg is called ovulation, you have already learned. Then egg travels here, then egg comes here. Egg slowly starts getting transported, then egg comes here. This is egg. See, in the fallopian tube, egg is also there, sperm is also there. So that in the tube, fallopian tube, sperm meets the egg. That process is called fertilization. Okay, so meeting of egg and sperm. Egg is also called as ovum, you know. Egg is innondu hesaru ovum. When egg meets the sperm, then that process is called fertilization. So we are learning about that process here. Adanne kalita irodu now. How sperm meets the egg, and when sperm meets the egg, what happens there in the sperm and egg? Andre ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಎಗ್ಗನ್ನು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಎಗ್ಗನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಗ್ಗಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಗ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀಟ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಇನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯು. Egg released by the ovary of female and sperm released by male, okay, should happen at the same time. It is simultaneous, both at a time. Okay, if both at a time happens, only then fertilization is possible. Okay, sometimes what happens, 14th day of menstrual cycle, egg is released, you know this. Then for next 2 to 3 days, egg will be there in the fallopian tube, waits for the sperm, but sperm doesn't reach. The female didn't have sex, so sperm is not available. Then what happens, egg will be released through vagina. Then remaining days, like 17th day after menstrual cycle, egg is released from the body. Then egg is not available in the fallopian tube. What if only sperm comes here? Male had sex with female, male released sperm, but female did not release an egg. Then what? This is a case where sperm is available but egg is not available. Then no fertilization. That is why there is one statement in the textbook, you know, not all the copulation means, you know, mating. The word meaning is same, huh? Copulation, mating, or coitus, or sex, or intercourse. Okay, all these words meaning is same. Andre idi ella padagala artha onde, sex. Okay, you can also call sex, you call it as coitus or intercourse or mating or copulation or coitus, mating, all these words are same. Okay, ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಭೋಗ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಮ್, coitus, copulation, mating, intercourse, sex. Okay, generally in English we call it as sex. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪದಗಳ ಅರ್ಥ, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಮ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪದಗಳ ಅರ್ಥ ಒಂದೇ, ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ what I was saying, not all the cases of mating or coitus leads to fertilization. Because see, for the fertilization, egg and sperm both are required and both should come at a time. What if male released sperm but female did not release egg? Then only sperm cannot fertilize. Okay, and a sperm, you know, it has a lifetime. Sperm has a lifetime. Then after that lifetime it will get wasted. So the sperm waits for the egg to come, but egg is not released, then it is not possible. You know, it is given in the textbook also, and you have to think that sometimes there will be rape cases, you know, rape cases or forced sex, female is not interested but male forced, that is in case of rape cases. All these cases will not result in pregnancy, because if egg is already there in the female, then sperm is released, then only sperm and egg meets and fertilization happens. Otherwise, if egg is already released from the female, then male released sperm, only sperm cannot fertilize the egg. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಏನಂದರೆ ಎಗ್ಗು ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಫೆಲೋಪಿಯನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ, ಓಕೆ. ಅದು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ಡ್ ಎಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್, then only egg also cannot fertilize. Egg also will be there for 2 to 3 days in a fallopian tube. If sperm doesn't come, it waits for the sperm. If sperm doesn't come, then egg also will be released from the body. No fertilization, no pregnancy. So if pregnancy should happen, release of egg and release of sperm should happen simultaneously at a time. Egg and sperm both should be released simultaneously. Okay, so ovary releasing the egg and male releasing sperm should happen at the same time, then only fertilization happens. Same time means not exactly same time, not exact time, seconds and all, okay. That is within 2 to 3 days. Within 2 to 3 days if it happens, then it is possible. That is why fertile period is there in female. Fertile period means 100% chances for pregnancy. That is what what we have learned in 4th chapter, reproductive health, natural method of contraception. If couple doesn't want to have children, the couple doesn't want to have a child, okay, they don't want pregnancy, then they should avoid 10th day to 17th day of menstrual cycle. Why these 7 days only, 10th day to 17th day? Because from 10th day onwards, follicle becomes mature and Graafian follicle, egg is formed. Then on 14th day, after 4 days, it is released. Graafian follicle bursts and egg is released. And egg released from the follicle, will be released from the ovary, but it will be waiting there in the fallopian tube for the sperm for next 2 to 3 days. That is why 4 days, that is 10th day to 14th day, 4 days plus next 3 days, 2 to 3 days. So totally 10th day to 17th day, 7 days, there is a risk for pregnancy. So, and couple doesn't have to wear any contraceptive devices also. Directly they can have sex, but no pregnancy. So, not all the cases of mating results in pregnancy. Okay, only when egg and sperm both are released simultaneously, both come and meets in the fallopian tube, only then fertilization happens. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಮೇಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ 1 month, okay, whole month couple had sex every day, but if they have sex from 10th day to 17th day, chances for pregnancy is more, because egg is already waiting for the sperm there. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಗ್ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಗೆ. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಂದರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ 10th day to 17th day is called fertile period. Fertility means ability to reproduce, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಂತಾನಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಆವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ 14th day to 17th day. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ನೌ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸನ್ನು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. Okay, what happens between egg and sperm? So it is a dialogue between sperm and egg. Now what we are going to learn, dialogue andre ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ, doesn't mean that sperm talks to egg. Sperm doesn't talk to egg. What happens between sperm and egg we are going to learn. ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಗ್ ನಡುವೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡು. So I have to draw a structure of sperm and egg together to show what happens during fertilization. Okay, so this is sperm, what I am going to draw now, sorry. So this is sperm. Then we should draw egg also. Only egg. I am not drawing Graafian follicle. This is egg structure. Okay. Size of egg will be bigger than sperm. Andre sperm ginta egg size doddirtade. But don't consider like a football and all. It is small, both male and female, sperm and egg. Okay, they are very, very small. Then I am not drawing a flower. Naan hoo bidsta illa illi. I am not decorating it. It is like that only. Okay, so let us label all these parts. Let us label the parts. Okay, so this is ovum, or also called as egg. Egg or ovum, and this is sperm. Okay, don't think that only one sperm can come there. There will be millions of sperm. Here also we will draw one more sperm. Okay, here also I will draw one more sperm. So this is also sperm, this is also sperm. So now, what exactly happens when sperm meets the egg? The process of meeting of sperm and egg is called fertilization. Fusion of sperm and egg is called fertilization. Okay, ಅಂದರೆ sperm egg ಅನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು fertilization ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, so this is egg, and there is a space here in between these two layers. What I am showing in orange color, that is called perivitelline space. Perivitelline space. Okay, then just next to that, the innermost layer is what I am showing in white color shaded part, that is starting from here till here. Ilinda illige, this part. Okay, this patch what I am showing, so this patch, that is called zona pellucida layer. You already know this because you know the structure of egg. ಈ ಭಾಗ ಏನಿದೆಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಭಾಗ, ಈ ಪ್ಯಾಚ್ ವೈಟ್ ಕಲರ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೋ ಶೇಡೆಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಝೋನಾ ಪೆಲ್ಯುಸಿಡಾ. ದೆನ್ ದ ಔಟರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕೊರೋನಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟಾ. ಕೊರೋನಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೀಸ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊರೋನಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ. ಸೊ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್, ದ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೊರೋನಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಗ್ನ ತುಂಬ ಹೊರಗಿರುವ ಚರ್ಮ ಕೊರೋನಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ. ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಝೋನಾ ಪೆಲ್ಯುಸಿಡ. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಳಗಿರುವ ಲೇಯರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಝೋನಾ ಪೆಲ್ಯುಸಿಡ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಈ ವೈಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟೂ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪೆರಿವಿಟಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಕಲರ್ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೇನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿ ಜಾಗ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೆರಿವಿಟಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್, then when sperm meets the egg, where it meets? In the fallopian tube. Which part of fallopian tube? That is, sperm meets the egg in between ampulla and isthmus. Isthmus is the first part of fallopian tube here, the next part is ampulla, third part is infundibulum. So fertilization, union of sperm and egg happens between isthmus and ampulla. So that place is called junction between ಆ್ಯಂಪ್ಯುಲಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ತ್ಮಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಜಾಗ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ, ಅದು ಇಸ್ತ್ಮಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಂಪ್ಯುಲಾದ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೆಲೋಪಿಯನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ that is in between isthmus and ampulla. So that part is called ampullary isthmus junction. Okay, ampullary isthmus junction. Like in physics, how you say in semiconductors, semiconductor N and P type of semiconductor, if both are combined, then we call it as diode, no? Diode. Then if three are combined, like PNP, NPN, then it is transistor, isn't it? You know that. So here it is ampulla and isthmus both join, that is this isthmus part and ampulla. It happens in between here, so it is called ampullary isthmus junction. That is the place, ampullary isthmus junction is a place where fertilization occurs. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಪ್ಯುಲರಿ ಇಸ್ಮಸ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ ಅದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಮೀಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಗ್, ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಎಗ್ಗನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನೇನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ದ ಟಾಪ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್, ಯು ನೋ, ಡು ಯು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಟಾಪ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ರೋಸೋಮ್, ನೋ? ಎಕ್ರೋಸೋಮ್. Acrosome releases some enzymes. Okay, that enzyme can dissolve the wall of egg so that sperm can penetrate the egg. ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಎಗ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ತೂರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಒಳಗಡೆ ನುಗ್ಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಶುಡ್ ಪೆನೆಟ್ರೇಟ್ ದ ಎಗ್, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಪಂಕ್ಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೆನೆಟ್ರೇಟ್ ದ ಎಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ tip of sperm here, okay, it contains a structure. That structure is called acrosome. It produces some enzymes. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಿಣ್ವಗಳನ್ನು ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದ ವಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಗ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಎಗ್ನ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಮೈಯನ್ನು ಕರಗಿಸಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ದ ವಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಗ್. ದೆನ್ entire sperm penetrates. Entire sperm means tail, what is there, you know, tail will disintegrate. Disintegrate means disappears. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಲದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೇಲ್ ಬರೀ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ರೀಚ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗೀತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಟೇಲ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟು ರೀಚ್ ದ ಎಗ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ರೀಚಸ್ ದ ಎಗ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್. ದೆನ್ ಟೇಲ್ disintegrates. Now what is remaining? Middle piece, neck, head and acrosome. Okay, so entire sperm enters the egg. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಡೀ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಎಗ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ enters the egg. Okay, then the question is, only one sperm out of millions of sperm can enter the egg, and egg doesn't allow second sperm to enter the egg. Why and how? Simple question ಇದು. ಒಂದು ಎಗ್ಗು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ, ಎರಡನೇ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಗೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸೇ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Then what happens there? What exactly happens when sperm enters the egg? Then some changes will happen in the membrane of egg. Some changes will happen in the membrane. You know, this is a plasma membrane of egg. Plasma membrane. When one sperm enters, see here 3 sperms are there. This is sperm number 1, 2, 3. Like that, millions of sperms will be there. Okay, 200 to 300 million sperms will be there in 1.5 to 2.5 ml semen. Male, once he releases semen, that is 1.5 to 2.5 ml capacity. Okay, that contains that 1.5 to 2.5 ml. Okay, contains 200 to 300 million sperms. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಮೇಲ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 200 ಇಂದ 300 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್ ದ ಎಗ್. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ದ ಎಗ್. ಹೌ? ವೈ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್? ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ enters the egg, then some changes will happen in the membrane of egg. Membrane ಅಂದರೆ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಕವಚ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. What changes happen there? The smooth outer layer of egg, smooth membrane of the egg becomes tough and hard. When it becomes tough and hard, second sperm cannot enter inside because it is very tough. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆತ್ತಗಿತ್ತು, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನು ತುಂಬ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ತುಂಬ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಎರಡನೇ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಗೆ ನೋ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಪೆನೆಟ್ರೇಟ್ ದಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಗ್ ನೌ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಟು ಎಂಟರ್ ದ ಎಗ್. Okay, so that is called membrane changes in the egg or ovum. So what you understood now? Once sperm meets the egg, okay, the entire sperm enters the egg, then second sperm is not allowed to enter the egg, because when first sperm enters the egg, it makes some changes in the membrane, outer membrane of egg. It makes outer membrane tough, very hard, so that second sperm cannot penetrate and enter. In simple terms, I should say, one sperm enters, then membrane becomes hard, so second sperm cannot enter. So only one sperm is allowed to enter. Then this is what is there in the textbook. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. What about NEET? What if they ask in NEET out of syllabus question like what changes happen in the membrane which makes it hard? Okay, that is NEET point. If you want to learn, I will discuss. This is, if you want it you can take, otherwise just leave. ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಬಿಡಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಇದು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ನ ಹೊರಗೆ, ಆದರೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ NEET point of view, medical entrance. Okay, I am writing here OS, out of syllabus. Syllabus ಹೊರಗೆ, ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಹೊರಗೆ. ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. If you want, you just take it, otherwise just forget. If you are not writing NEET, just forget. Okay, I am directly telling you this is out of syllabus. But in case you get doubt that what changes happen in the membrane which makes it very tough, that is the perivitelline space. What is there here? That is orange color what I am showing here. Perivitelline space, that is a space between plasma membrane. That perivitelline space produces chemicals called cortical granules. See, I will write here, perivitelline space produces a chemical called cortical granules. Cortical granule means, you know, round bead like structure. Okay, a round small bead like structure it produces. Then the cortical granules, okay, it expands the perivitelline space, so that perivitelline space increases its size. Okay, this is like a punctured tire, okay, and you put a patch on it, then you blow air, then punctured tire tube, it starts blowing. ಅಂದರೆ ಉಬ್ಬುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೀವು ಪಂಚರ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಟೈರಿಗೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಉಬ್ತದೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಬ್ಲೋ ಏರ್, ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ಸ್, so same way cortical granules released by perivitelline space makes it enlarge, okay, it will bulge. Then this process pushes this white layer, that is, what is that white layer? Zona pellucida outside. Then gap is created between perivitelline space and zona pellucida. See, I'll show you. I think I should show you like this. See, this is a gap created there. Now membrane, plasma membrane is here, then here one more space is created. This is a gap what I am talking about. This much gap is created where zona pellucida and perivitelline space are not touching each other, they are away. Space is created here so that when second sperm comes, it can only enter, second sperm can only enter till here. Okay, here space is there, idu kali jaga, this is empty space, then sperm cannot meet the egg because egg is already separated there. Okay, did you understand what I am saying? Okay, it is like that. So gap is created. See, I will show you. Suppose this chalk, okay, this chalk is a central egg, okay, then around it one layer was there like this. Okay, then perivitelline space produces cortical granules which will make it expand. Then what happens? The zona pellucida layer is pushed like this. Then can you see that gap is created? Here space is created, this space. Okay, if second sperm tries to enter here, it can enter only my finger here, that is only zona pellucida, but it will not touch this chalk. It is separated. So egg is completely, only till here it is egg now. It is completely separated from zona pellucida. So zona pellucida is completely separated so that second sperm cannot enter the egg. This is what in the textbook they said, membrane changes. Okay, some changes will happen in the membrane which makes it very hard so that it cannot enter. This is out of syllabus, but even then we discussed. Okay, then when the sperm enters the egg, what exactly happens? Okay, that we are going to learn in our next class. Okay, so I think I created lot of interest in you. We will continue the process of fertilization. We will continue, means I will not do fertilization, I will teach. We will learn about fertilization in next class. Okay, so keep watching my classes. Thank you.